Hi, Soul Family. I don't have my little, my stand. I took it down to my trailer when I was going to attempt to work down there today. Oh, I know what happened. I went to click on whale sounds. I'm going to start now to help myself go to sleep. And let's see. Okay, that wasn't it. Here we go. So freaking cool. Okay, so I got a 45-minute nap today, which is unheard of. I don't generally ever get that. It was good, but you know, if you stay sleeping, then when it gets to be 10 o'clock at night, you wake up and you're up all night. So I had to get up and stay up for a while. I'm going to go to sleep after I do this reading. I'm going to give you your items to choose from. Amazonite, I kept saying it over and over again the other day. So right now I'm seeing a fin. Can you see the fin? When I got it, I saw an emperor angelfish. I still do, actually. So there's that. And then there is an angelfish. This is muscovite mica. I got this yesterday up in the mountain. And it's interesting because this band, see when the light hits it, how it shimmers? But on the back, you can see two different variations. This is also muscovite here, but then this is where it blends into the clear quartz crystal. So it's pretty cool. So you have an emperor angelfish, and then you have an angelfish. Ooh, I already have a message, loud message. There's an issue between an emperor, which is an older person. I think it might be within business, but it could be relationship as well. And this one, I mean, look at the size of this person. This one's a bully. And it has nothing to do with the size of the person. It could even be a female. But this one, the emperor, is a bully. I will win at all costs. I'll do whatever it takes. I have no, it's interesting. Then this one is a white tiger. Or whatever you want it to be, right? I won't tell you what it is, but there's muscovite mica in this one as well. It changes. This is a shapeshifter. But I see the stripes. It could be a snow leopard, right? And then this one's really cool. This is all clear quartz. And what I saw right away was a little bird. A baby bird. Like a baby robin, a new beginning. So let me look at these and let's see the energy. So this is Earth Element. I'm just listening to what Spirit's telling me. This is Air Element. This is Fire Element. And this is Water Element. Makes sense for a new beginning, right? Okay, so the deck that I was working with, I haven't worked with it in a really long time. I just picked it up. I just, I go through, I sit here and I just see which my hands are guided to. And it's funny because when I went to this, I thought it was something else. That's the first one. And it's your life purpose. Now, your life purpose, it speaks about what do you need to do in order to follow your life's purpose? What is your life's purpose? It's to help you on your path. What I liked about these cards, I love the way they feel in my hands. I love this angel as well. She's an artist, and she's a macaw parrot. So it's about being colorful and using your speech in a productive way and creating your future. And she's robed in my soul color, which I love. And the cards are green for love, healing, growth. Oops, that one, okay. We're going to do it just like this, and then we'll turn them over and see what they are. Oops, okay. 2 fell out for these ones. I mean, for the tiger, which is fire element, 2 fell out. and they flew out, so I'm going to keep them. Okay, that one. Okay, so we start with the Amazonite, which we said is Earth Element, right? And your message is energy healing. So what is your life purpose? Energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. So looking at this is a beautiful angel. Very calm and very peaceful, right? What a zen place. Look at her floating on that cloud. This also is showing me that you could very well do with having energy healing in your life at this time to help you stay in a space of healing. I'm getting there's a problem within a family. They're showing you that perhaps you have healing hands. You don't have to be a Reiki master to have healing hands. You could massage somebody, right? Massage. It could just be your energy is just healing. But they're telling you that you have the ability to help another with their pain or their, I just heard doubt and worry. You've got the ability to help with this situation. And the fact that this angel is sitting by herself up there on the clouds shows me that she's gone up to spirit, right? And she's not necessarily there. It could be that there is an angel that is working with you from above, helping you, guiding you. But Spirit's saying what's happening is you're being guided in the direction that you're meant to go as far as your life's work. And we're not just saying what you're seriously, your work is what they're saying. A professional aspect of energy healing in some way is what is being spoken about. It would be good for you to take a class. As I said, interact with, maybe get energy healing work done. But if you go and you take a course, when I lived in Sedona, they had a meetup at the local crystal shop, and everybody would gather once a week and do Reiki on each other. It was a $5 drop in, right? And everybody has different unique ways of doing energy healing. You don't have to follow a set rule. It's funny because I did what I do, and they kind of looked at me like, she's not following the steps. And I thought, no, I'm not. I'm not following your steps. I am guided by spirit. And this could be someone guiding you about how you're meant to do something, right? And at first, if you're going to make this into a career, you start with family and friends, right? This is unpaid so that you get practice and you build up your confidence. And when you see that it's actually working and they're feeling the energy and you have gotten the confidence in yourself that you can start to charge a little more, then you do. You start a little at a time, right? You might join a center. I have friends that run centers that have several different types of healers in the group. You might be asked to do that, or you might want to do it on your own. My girlfriend Kimmy's got a little space in her home, healing energy, and that's what she does. So this is also about, you're not going to be able to help other people energetically heal if you aren't using the same practices on yourself. So finding yourself in a place of peace and calm, right? Putting on relaxing music to help you sleep, staying away from toxic people, environments, situations, negative thoughts. You must practice this. Practice what you preach, which is what I posted today. I thought it was pretty funny. I saw a picture of myself, a video, and I thought, oh my God, I had no idea. I knew I was exhausted, but I didn't know it looked like that. And Spirit told us, you're a workaholic. You need to stop. I'm not online working right now, right? I took the day off. But my message was, healer, heal thyself. How can you help anybody else if you're freaking exhausted, right? So you need to have high energy in order to be used as a channel. So for me, right, if my energy is low, I'm no use to anybody. Now, I was having successive downloads, night after night, and I was unable to sleep. I tried. I laid there for hours and hours and hours, and then after that, when you get so overtired, it's like your body doesn't want to slow down. So you got to do what you need to do. And I've listened and started taking the steps that I need to take. So the next we're going to go to is the angelfish, which is What did we say that one was? Earth. That one's fire. Air, right? Air element. You're being asked to talk to your angels. Look at this angel. Does he remind you of anybody? Does he look like anybody to you? He's wearing a blue robe. He's an angel walking. He's an earth angel. And he wants you, or he's showing you how to help yourself. And it's to speak with your spiritual team. Instead of worrying, ask for guidance. What should I do? Show me what I should do. I'm hearing, I don't know, should I stay? Should I go? Maybe you've gotten the information already, but people are challenging you. How am I supposed to handle this situation? Speak your truth. This is blue, right? Which is truth and communication. Speak first to spirit and say, what is it that you're guiding me to do at this time? I will listen to you. And then you be very specific when you speak to with your spiritual team. Tell them exactly what's going on. Tell them exactly what you're feeling. If this is about guidance in regards to your career or your finances, because worrying, we've got a lot of people worry about money and what to do with work and situations at work. So worrying or complaining doesn't help, right? It's actually very counterproductive. It doesn't improve the situation. It actually makes the situation worse, because oftentimes we get our guidance and yet we start worrying and we create our own problems worse. We draw to us, if we're already in a toxic environment, creating worry or frustration or doubt or anger, we're going to continue to draw that toxicity towards us. So you can ask not to do that. Please help me not do that. But be specific. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I don't know how I'm going to start this business. I don't know how I'm going to do this on my own. Well, you're not doing it on your own. You'll do nothing by yourself. You do it for spirit. I need to provide for my family. And spirit says, we understand what you need to do. If you've been guided to do something, and that involves, maybe you've been taking care of extended family, but spirit says, we will take care of the family's needs, right? So you asked for your steps to be guided. And ask that money comes in positive ways, simple, easy ways, meaningful ways, the way that you need it to have happen. Like perhaps if there's an aging parent, we talked about this yesterday, that you are taking care of, or a relative that's not well, or somebody needed to step in, but it's just so overwhelming for you and you don't have a life, then you call upon the state, right? So you say to spirit, help me find the perfect solution. Please intervene. If you pray to spirit and to our Father, Mother, and you are making incorrect choices, but asking for guidance, like this isn't working, and you're making incorrect choices, ask spirit to interfere in your free will. Guide me in the right direction. If I'm making mistakes, show me here. Spirit will help you elevate your thinking. This whale is staring at me. He's beautiful. Look at him. Isn't that an intense, magical being? Wow. Look at his blue eye. Amazing. So, what can I do to make myself relax? How can I laid in bed before I went to sleep. I did a hot cleansing shower, and I did a clearing and shielding and releasing, and I asked to be detached from everyone. Detach me from everyone. If there's anyone attached to me in any way, cut all cords so that I have nothing and no one pulling at my energy. I need to elevate my energy. I need to pull up my vibration. So I can't do that if I'm being drained. And so they stepped in, and then I went to have a nap, and I was out. So Spirit wants us to be happy. They want us to be healthy. They want us to be safe. They know what you need in order to get what you are wanting to have happen in your life. So understand that you also deserve to be helped, like perhaps you're helping others. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be helping others, yes, but have the time and energy and left over for whatever it is that your life's purpose is, whatever it is that you want to do for fun. We're supposed to enjoy our journey. We didn't come here to be miserable. So, Spirit, what can I do? How can you help me so that I can enjoy my life fully? Myself as well. Not be worried about crunching bills, not be worried about long hours, not be worrying about what has to happen with other people that are connected to me. Take this burden from me. Show me the steps to take. They will answer you. For those who chose the tiger, the white tiger, or the snow leopard, I did school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school. That's interesting. So, going to school. Spirit has always told me, there's double emphasis on this. Double emphasis. So, there's something that you need to further your skills in, related to the career that you love. And this is a really good idea. The timing is right. The timing is now. I like it when they give us timing. Timing is now. If you have an opportunity for something, you're being encouraged to take the leap of faith. Now, you wouldn't have to take a leap of faith if you were comfortable with it, right? But this is part of what you're here for having happen. This is your mission on earth, part of this, about what's going on. So you're already possibly in a profession, or maybe Spirit's trying to guide you to turn things a little bit. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, you're going in the same direction. You're just tweaking it, because I see it going left, going right, just a little bit. The path that we're on, the interest that we have in it and the dedication that we have towards it inspires other people. Oh, hold on, Liger wants in. So that's a message, right? You want in, you want out. You want in, you want out. Make up your mind. So what is it that you're not making your mind up in regards to? If you're in here, you want out. If you want out, you want in. What do you want? Attention? So this is another message. He didn't just come in here to annoy, right? He came in for attention. So maybe it's working with animals. I have said to Spirit, I want to remember my language that I spoke to the animals. I'm supposed to be going to Dr. Doolittle, and I always say that. I call myself Dr. Doolittleist. So I am meant to work with animals, clearly. I heal animals. I get information from them as well. So he came to the door, and when he comes to me, I automatically start doing Reiki on him. I start moving my hands through his body. It's okay, baby. So that might be something that you're being told to look towards. Working with animals, animal healing, animal communication. Veterinary school, I could never do that because I can't handle animals that are hurting. I mean, I've got enough with my seniors. Now that's a message too. Seniors. Is that what it is, baby? I have senior rescue cats. That's what I'm getting now too. Rescue. So I'm getting, you're on your same path, but you could be talking about being an activist towards working with saving and helping animals. Using animals for animal therapy, right? That's, hi baby. Like if I were to have a crystal shop or I've always said I wanted to have like a little garden shop with crystals and, but I like a little nursery that housed crystals and statues and oracle cards and incense and things like that. I've always said I'd love to have a place like that. I would have my animals on the property and they would go in and out. That's where they would be. A greenhouse. I've always said I wanted a greenhouse. So I'm just getting messages for myself, which might give you some ideas. Like for me, my animals are a part. Where I go, my cats go. Right? They are a part of my life, and my work is my life. So it involves that. So there's an idea, perhaps. I mean, that's an idea that I've always said. So that's something that maybe Spirit's encouraging me to look at. for me as well, school, I'm a teacher. I love teaching. It's my favorite thing to do. I love doing my private readings like this and teaching. I love being able to share what Spirit shows me. And this is showing younger people, working with younger people, helping them understand about the gifts that they have, that they're not gifts that they should be ashamed of or afraid of, but learning how to connect with the abilities that they have, learning how to protect and shield, help develop the skills that they have. Again, ask for guidance from our spiritual team always. And when we ask our spiritual team, they can see things that we can't. They're in, obviously, a much higher dimension, right? So they'll know which type of vocation or life path, or maybe there's like if you were talking about schooling, well, what kind of schooling? What is my part in it? Am I supposed to take a class? Am I supposed to be teaching a class? Am I supposed to just help open up the minds of the younger ones? Show them how their animals can help them. I mean, I'm getting my own messages. They will guide us to a situation that suits our needs and our own unique talents. We all have unique talents. So it's, for me, this is my card. They're going to help me because I said what I saw was going like this, just a little bit. I mean, clearly I'm going to keep doing my work, but I might be focusing, looking towards a different direction, like an animal sanctuary. I would love to have an animal sanctuary and then teach people as well, and work with the animals as as your totem right there on the property. Can you imagine? So that's just an idea. You may know yourself what you were, maybe this is just confirmation of something that you were already thinking about, right? So now we go to water element, the new beginning, little bird. I love this, a little crystal bird, so beautiful. When I first saw it, I saw flying lips. And you got two, artist and spiritual teacher. Nice. Water element. Now that's interesting because I have water in my chart as well. So there's your angel, the artist, uses her speech in a colorful way because of the macaw, right? The macaw is not afraid to speak. They're not afraid to stand up in front of people and speak. Sometimes there are ones that want to be more behind the scenes, right? Maybe there's a partnership. One's a spiritual teacher, one's an artist. But they can work together because two came out together. I like this. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. I just got a really cool message. I would love to have a partnership to create my decks, right? I need somebody to do the artwork. I know what Spirit gives me, but it would maybe combining forces, or maybe this is all you. You heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So this is something that you already obviously love to do. See, all of this is, this generally just starts because we love it, because this is what we do. You're not going to be successful when you do something because you're just thinking about how much money am I going to make. It doesn't work that way. It's, what is it that you love? You're gonna do what you love. Look at me. I mean, I could be watching TV, right? But I'm doing this because I love this. This isn't work to me. I love this. My call lines, that's stressful, right? This is not stressful. This is peaceful. This is beautiful. It also helps me myself. As an artist, you're drawn to colors. You're drawn to shapes. You're drawn to, what are you drawn to? Music, perhaps. It doesn't have to be art. There's all kinds of different forms of art and creation. So you're being asked to draw more of your artistic side into your work, which means to me, I've got to finish my deck, right? And when you, or my creations, like my bracelets, my Reiki charged diffuser bracelets. Maybe it's learning wire wrapping. I'd like to take a wire wrapping course. I've already okay, there's my answer, because I want to do that. I have a crystal, this one, the angelfish. I want to wire wrap this and put it on a necklace for Sammy because he's got anxiety disorder and he's got skin conditions because he has asthma as well. It's all brought on from stress. So this is muscovite mica, and muscovite mica has lithium in it, which is extremely calming and peaceful. So I want to wire wrap that. So there's my course that I'm supposed to take. I actually think I'm probably going to go to Sedona and do that. That just hit me just right now. I know there's a place in Sedona that has classes. So it looks like that's where I'm going to go. So, and then this is about teaching, right? Somebody's teaching. Somebody's the artist and somebody's teaching. Maybe you're teaching and you're the artist. It could have to do with a dance, creative dance. Whatever it is, whatever your artistic expression is, it's not, I'm tired. Now this is good because I'm tired. I can't even speak. It's no doubt something that you do anyway, right? So why not make this your path? Because in all reality, it is your path. You might have been spending a lot of time and effort into your secular career that doesn't have anything to do with your spiritual path. But you made a lot of money at it, but it was extremely stressful. Spirit's saying if you follow your soul's path and you lean towards what it is that you already know you're good at and what you love to do, if it's something that's going to be helping others as well, they're blessing you. They're going to help you reach the audience that you need to reach. This is also of the spiritual person. You reach your audience by how you address the subject, by the way you conduct, the way you do things, the way you use your words. You bring healing to people. You bring love to people. You bring inspiration to people. You bring hope to people. With friends, with family, people come to you for guidance. You're a spiritual teacher. You're naturally that way. It's funny with me, I'll just start talking to people anywhere I'm at. Like if I'm out and I notice, because I'm drawn to the animals, right? That's a big deal for me. So where was I? I was up camping up in the giant sequoias. And a woodpecker came and was standing right on top of this tree. It wasn't even a tree, it was a pole. And I was like, oh my God, I was fascinated with him. It was such a beautiful woodpecker. And this couple stopped to look up, and I don't know, it just happens. I don't think about it, it just comes out. Naturally, I started to tell them what the totem meant, what the woodpecker totem meant. There's an opportunity coming for you. It also means that we had one come up yesterday. There's an opportunities knocking at your door. Don't ignore it. Open the door, right? Spirit's leading you to the doors that you're supposed to open. The door's not, someone's knocking at the door, open it. What is your opportunity? Have you been banging your head against a wall and getting nowhere? That's not the one, right? Maybe it's just not the time. So you do what you're supposed to do, and then you leave it and you come back. Because when the woodpecker pecks at the wood, he does it in order to get the grubs that are in there, right? In immediate gratification. If he doesn't get something right away from it, he'll tap, tap, tap on the wood until the resin starts to run, and then he'll go do something else, and he'll come back and the resin will catch the bugs that he was after, right? So I do that. I just stopped and I told them all about the woodpecker totem, and they were like, oh my God, that's so fascinating. Everywhere I go, I do that because I love it. And I'm excited to teach people how Spirit's talking to them. And I said, this is your message, right? Somebody wrote to me today on YouTube, and it's interesting because what they wrote on was a reading that I had done a long time ago. And it wasn't even supposed to be a reading. It was my best friend's birthday present that she had sent me. I think it was, could it have been, let me find it. Oh my gosh, people are commenting on my videos from a way long time ago. Interesting. And I love that. Please comment on these videos. I love your comments. I've had several today from older videos. Okay, so this person says, the osprey came to see me today. When was this one? I just want to see when this video was. April 9th, so a year ago, on my birthday. And this person said, an osprey came to see me today. And I said, bringing you encouragement. You'll be able to dive down deep under your emotional waters and come back up successfully. You were made for this. And there was more. What else did I say? 2 replies. I was just speaking about how the osprey also says there's important information pending. Stay on the alert, right? It's a diving eagle. It's able to dive down deep. So sometimes you might feel like the opportunity that's there in front of you is overwhelming, but you're supposed to dive down deep. You're made for this. You can do this. You will be successful. So stay on the alert for that door that Spirit is leading you to, or for the knock that's coming, right? Which is the woodpecker as well. So it's just an example. I don't get paid for that. I just talk about that. It's like if you were into cars and, you know, you were standing there admiring this amazing car and somebody came up and you knew all about it. You talk about it. It's exciting for you. It's exciting for them too, because they just got a little mini reading, right? A little information that they didn't know about. We all talk about the things that we love, things and people, right? So whatever this is for you, people already come to you as a teacher, as a guide. They ask you for advice. And strangers, obviously, because they recognize that you have knowledge that maybe they don't have. It might be the fact that you're very approachable or you're very excited. And who doesn't want to be around somebody who's excited about something? You don't want to have a teacher that's bored, that's doing it because you can be a teacher that's teaching because you're making money and you've got a 401k and you get health insurance, but you freaking can't stand working with people or the subject that you're teaching. I would never be able to do that. I have to love what I'm doing, right? It's fun for me. It's not about money to me. Of course I want to be successful. I'm asking to be successful. I work hard at my craft and what I've learned, and I would like it to be a successful career. This is how Spirit has guided me to follow my path. I had a very successful career and I made really good money, and I walked away from it. Spirit asked me to follow my path, and I thought, I may have been blocking my own money, thinking, it's not about the money. Well, it's not all about the money, but we also need to pay our bills, unfortunately, right? So yes, I want it to be successful, but I also want it to be successful because I want the most amount of people to be reached so that they can be helped. So as a spiritual teacher, you'll be able to pick up on who is interested and who's just being polite, right? I'm not going to waste my time and energy on somebody that has no interest in what I'm speaking about. That's how I know when people are fakes, when they call me for readings. They'll ask me questions, and then they're doing their dishes or talking to the dog, and I'm like, you know what? You're paying for this reading, and you're not even listening to anything I'm saying. Obviously, this is something else going on, right? So, conversation ends. So, right now, Spirit's saying, you've got something to say. You've got something to share. Maybe I'm looking at this spiritual teacher standing in a garden. Maybe you're somebody who is going to be able to teach others about the benefits of the phoenix tears or cannabis oil, right? You grow crops. You know all about it. You know how it can be used. You can create salves. See, this is what I'm looking at here is I'm seeing my entire little shop all together, right? Everything. There's so many different ways that you can be teaching. So many different ways that you can use your artistry to help. It's also when you're doing things like this that you are loving and it's spiritually based and it's to do with the earth, you're getting grounded. It's like heal thyself. When I do these readings, they help me. They help others, they help me. So it's a win-win all the way around, right? So we need to ask Spirit, so what's my next step? Pay attention to the guidance that you get. Pay attention to the fact that person wrote to me about the osprey. That's I talk about my animal totems a lot, and I used to think, I wonder if people are annoyed because I'm talking so much about the animal totems. I would always stop, like for the angelfish, let's look it up. It's obviously there's a reason that we chose all animal totems. But the fact that I'm getting people from a long time ago writing in, they are looking up these animals for some reason or another, and all of a sudden here's somebody telling them what that meant, and they're like, oh my God, it showed up for me. That's my message. That's what I want people to understand. Remember I said I wanted to teach, to learn my language back. I wanted to not learn, I knew it, but I wanted my language back, where I spoke to the animals. And Spirit said, I understood later that the reason I wasn't given that back was because if I learned what the animals would mean, and I could say to somebody, hey, and I do with all of my clients, pay attention to the animals that come to you, even if it's in a picture. It doesn't have to be on television. When I went with my landlord to get his phone replaced, there was a giant, what was it? I can't think of what the animal was, but there was this animal on the wall. It was a very unusual animal, but it was part of their display. And I kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it. And the fellow that was helping my landlord was very, very calm person, but I could feel his energy was really tight. And he was the only one in there that looked different. He was very introverted, very quiet, very, I guess you'd call him a nerd, right? Everybody else had tattoos, long hair. They were all on their phones, and he was separated from all of them. He wasn't like them. And I kept looking at that totem. So I said, do you have a computer that, gets the internet? And he goes, yeah, over there. Why? And I said, I just want to look up that animal. So I went and I looked it up, and I went back to him, and he was talking to my landlord, and he made a comment. He said something. And I said, I think that's your messenger. I think that's your messenger. Go, maybe when you get a chance, go look at what I looked up for you. And it was it was totally his message. He felt completely ostracized at work. He had absolute social anxiety disorder. It's very, very difficult for him to be in the public, working with the public, especially with team members that made fun of him. And he felt absolutely alone. And so he went over about 10 minutes later, and I think I went out to do something. I came back to see if it was, we were ready to go yet. And that guy, he came over to me, and he said, I went and I read that. He goes, you have no idea. I needed to hear that. I needed to see that right now. And it was very emotional because he was having such a hard time. So obviously this is how I teach. And the animal coming in was my message. Liger, you want in, you want out, what do you want? No, I'm coming in to pay attention. Why do you think I came in? I'm your animal messenger. Pay attention to me, I'm telling you something. So the angelfish is telling you to be open to finding the blessing or the gift that's it's in the situation. And a lot of times we don't find a blessing in something. There's a blessing in disguise. We have to understand, peel it back, right? Within everything, whatever it is, I got sick and I lost my job. Why did that happen? Because it gave you time to think about your life. Was I really happy? How did I get to this place? Why did this happen to me? What about the people? Or sometimes you go through a really, really difficult time, and while you were doing great, everybody was all around. But when things got really bad, everybody jet out of there. Nobody was available. Nobody was around. I'm looking at my seed package, forget me not. Well, all of a sudden, where was everybody? What about me? I was going through hell. Did you even notice? Did you put a hand out to reach down to help me up? All of a sudden, I realized that you're not my friends. Why am I here in a place like this? So it happened because you needed to focus on what was really happening, why you got to that place. Another message, are you too hard on yourself? Even if you make mistakes, if you stumble, if you fall, if you feel like you've made a mistake, because a lot of times it's not a mistake, right? So you're too hard on yourself. You need to be more loving to yourself. Fish is in your emotional waters. Angel, an angel. You're an angel. You're connected to the angelic realm. You're connected to the ocean. Ask the ocean and the ocean animals. Listen to whale sounds. It'll calm you. Maybe you definitely need muscovite mica. You might feel that you're unlikable because of whatever, but that's not the truth. Because of what maybe people have said. And maybe when you were a child, it goes way back to a past life or to childhood when you were berated or spoken about abusively or made fun of or whatever it is. And from that point on, you've had nothing but dysfunctional relationships because the human nature is to go after that same relationship again and again to try and repair it. But we can't fix another person. We're here to fix ourselves. That's hard enough. And you've been drawing the same type of situations, and you put out an attitude. You've been hurt, so you're cold and you're nasty, and so you draw that kind of energy to you. But you're that way because there's a part of you that's hurting, and inside of you, even though you wouldn't admit it out loud, or maybe even to yourself, you would argue with me. There is an aspect of yourself inside, that wounded child, who believes those things that were said about you. And so you don't think you're worthy of anybody better, which is a lie. Because you are likable and you are lovable, and there are people that do appreciate you, and you deserve love and attention. You are worthy. There is an aspect, a wounded aspect inside of you that believes that you should put up with dysfunctional behavior, disrespectful behavior. And maybe you've now become like what you put up a facade of yourself. You're an angelfish, but you put yourself out in a different way because that protects you. But then what does that do? That draws towards you those kind of people. It's not even the truth of who you are, right? The angel, think about this, angelfish. It's about connecting with the angels. It's telling you you're never alone. Of course you're not. You've got angels all around. You've got angels standing next to you right at this very moment. If you call on them, they will help you. They love you unconditionally, and they want you to love yourself unconditionally. And if you can't forgive yourself or love yourself unconditionally, you're going to stay stuck. You're not going to swim very well. You'll be afraid to move forward. This little angelfish is so much smaller than this one, but it's extremely powerful. This one is extremely powerful. This one is extremely calming and soothing. So forgive yourself, love yourself. You're not going to be able to draw that towards you if you don't. White tiger. White tiger. It's got to be white tiger, because that's what I'm looking at. White tiger totem. I have a white tiger totem on my banner picture right now. And it says, when you have, what is it? Where is it? I think it's pretty awesome. Spoke about it in the reading the other day. Yesterday. When life gets harder, you must have just leveled up. You're ready to rock. You're powerful. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. They're known for their strength. I mean, if you think about the color white, they're mostly white. That's a light. Any of the white animals are sacred. The white tiger, serene, fearlessness, spiritually awakened, symbolizes strength, courage, instinct, willpower, courage, vision, clairvoyance. Spirit of the white tiger. Let's see. What do we have to say? What are the messages that would... I'm not going to do it all. I'll just see what skims. I'll skim it and see what pops out. Recalling the inner child. Interesting. Recalling the inner child. And the message and the medicine to it is uniqueness. Conviction. So standing out, standing apart, and loving it, being unique, loving the uniqueness about yourself. And you think about the dark stripes on the white tiger, that helps it with camouflage. Maybe that's something that you need, camouflage, in some way, in certain situations, right? When the white tiger shows up, the role is to seek personal truth. But in order to understand what it is that you're supposed to learn and what your responsibilities are, you have to understand that even in this white tiger, there's dark shadow, right? There's darkness. The stripes are dark that run through it. So that darkness represents maybe beliefs or ways of behaving, patterns that might hurt us or hurt others. It's about fear turning in on us. If that happens, remember I said, if fear, because angry people are angry because they're afraid. They would never want you to believe that, but nobody acts out of hatred and anger and says mean things and does cruel things because they love themselves. So there's pain inside. And the pain that's not dealt with or looked at or expressed turns into anger. And it turns into untruth because you're lying to yourself. And so you can't lie to yourself and be truthful with others about the truth of who you are. So it's about facing your personal truths without judging yourself, without putting responsibility on someone else. It's about taking responsibility for your own actions without berating yourself. It's about looking at it, accepting what is revealed, what you see. I saw a lot about myself. I've got a really fiery nature, and sometimes I speak harshly, and I am generally drawn to people that are very calm. They help calm me. And so then I am very, very hard on myself later thinking about things, you know? God, if somebody talks to me slowly and I'm like, come on, hurry up. No, the message isn't, come on, hurry up. The message is, you need to slow down. And I see that now, right? No, there's nothing wrong with you and I together. You're very, very calm. I'm very, very fiery. Your cool, calm exterior tones down my fire. But if two cool, calm people were together, you wouldn't be getting much done. You'd be kind of floating along. Two fire people together, you'd be burning each other up. A lot of battle, right? But there's a complement in the opposites, which is in these tigers. The opposites, the dark and the light together. Together you get a lot accomplished. It's actually a very beautiful balance. If you understand that we all have darkness, we all have, sometimes being too soft and quiet and gentle is a negative in a situation. Sometimes you need to stand up, you need to be strong, you need to be able to say no. You need to be able to go after something to be. So actually, if you had someone like that, I'm thinking about my client that I was working with. It's exactly the situation. She works for herself. She's a real self-starter. She's successful in business, and her person is just a real easygoing kind of hippie, and they had issues because he felt she was too aggressive or she was too strong. He was intimidated by that, but he's not now. And she was annoyed with him because he wasn't moving quickly enough. He wasn't getting anything done. And she's like, come on, we got to do this. She's constantly going. But I said, you're actually together for a perfect reason. You strike a balance in each other. And he knows, because she would get upset with herself. She would say, we were getting this done, and he did really well, and I wanted to get it clean. I want to do this. And he was like, it's okay. It's enough, but somebody needed to strike a balance. And I said, when he speaks to you quietly like that, you might think, don't talk to me like a child. Don't speak like I can't understand what you're saying. And she goes, I know, and I shoot my mouth off and I say horrible things, and then I hate myself afterwards. Have I ruined it forever? And I said, did it sound like you ruined it forever? She goes, no, he handled it really well. He's really patient with me. And I said, because he sees. He knows that you're stressed out. He knows that you're tired. He knows that you're exhausted from, trying to do this business, and he hasn't really helped you. And he's recognizing that now. And so he handled it the right way, right? She's upset. She's stressed out. Just calm down. Everything's going to be okay. He knew that when you calm down, you'd be fine. You just needed space. You just needed to breathe. You just needed some help. And you were doing it all on your own, but you need to learn to ask for help. And he needs to learn how to step up and speak, right? So it was a beautiful balance. It was wonderful. And I thought, wow, I learned a lot by listening to because I understand that. I've done the same thing. So what else is a white tiger? Anything specific? Your incredible strength, conviction. You have an idea, very strong idea about what is right and what is wrong. And you definitely stand in your own personal integrity, which I freaking love. This is obviously one of my totems, right? That's why it's on my banner picture. But if you have a very strong idea about what's wrong and what's right, that's what's wrong and what's right for you. It doesn't mean that it's wrong or right for somebody else, right? And it doesn't mean that our opinion is the only one. That's why my grandmother's favorite saying, you can always agree to disagree. You don't, and that just takes all of the fire out of a fight, of a disagreement, right? Well, I don't see it that way. So we can agree to disagree, but there are some people that, no, you have to see it my way. No, I don't actually. I can't see it your way because this is how I'm seeing it. Doesn't mean you'll always feel that way. Maybe they'll prove it to you. Maybe you'll see for yourself later, oh, wow, they were right. I was wrong, right? So with the white tiger, because there's mostly white, you want to come from their higher vibration. And this is actually someone, and this is interesting because of what I said about an animal sanctuary and an activist for animals, you would be somebody who would be an advocate, a voice for teaching balance and acceptance in whatever aspect it would be. For me, it was probably in regards to the way animals are treated, or in regards to the way indigo children are treated, or empathic people are treated, right? People that the world labels with disabilities, that they're not disabilities, they're gifts that they have not learned to work with. So then you think about how unique this one is. They're blue eyes and they have a pink nose. Now, they're very unique, but they're also extremely delicate. They're a giant animal, but you've got to be careful. They love to play in the water. And if you think with that pink nose, you get sunburned very easily. They're on their endangered list, which really makes me sad. I saw something horrible tonight. I got very upset and I flipped it off. An emaciated lion that's in a zoo. It literally was nothing but bones. I don't even know how that's even legal. I don't know how that's possible. I don't understand. It's just outrageous. I mean, people go into the zoo to look at this animal and it's nothing but bones. What is wrong with people? You as a white tiger, you're very proud to be unlike the group. You don't follow like a lemming. You walk with authority. You command attention, so you are generally in a position of authority and public, recognition. I love the message that even though we're all united, we're all part of the United Collective, each one of us individually is one light. And each light that grows brighter in the string creates the brightness of the world. That's why I left up my lights around my house in here. It makes me think of the United Collective. So think about all of the qualities of a white tiger and you harness that energy in the direction that you wish to go in order to help. Constructive, right? Spreading change and light throughout the world. I saw a crystal. Let me see, I'll share it. Somebody unearthed an insane crystal collection in Egypt. And I saw the picture and I was like, oh my God, could you imagine what I would do? Think if you were there and you programmed those crystals with unconditional love. Because clear quartz crystal is a crystal that you put your intention on. Can you imagine all of those crystals? I mean, the sun is clearing and charging them and programmed with unconditional love. Can you imagine the energetic vibration that would flow out to the world? Oh my God. If I stumbled on this, I'd freaking lose it. Okay. I think that's it for tonight. It's probably been long enough. This I don't know what bird this is. It's just a new beginning. It's a crystal bird. I do want to tell you, because Amazonite kept coming up for me, and I did speak a little bit about it yesterday. I laughed because one of the things was to help when you get mad at people at work, when you get frustrated. So the emotion, it's an energy healing. Clearly with anything this color, I mean, any blue, green, this is all, I mean, this is truth, this is communication, this is calming, right? Look at the color. It's like a cool, it's like the Caribbean Sea, except the Amazon. So then it would be filtering out stress, soothing any place that you would go. It would soothe wherever it is. It soothes. I'm going to take it to bed tonight. I'm going to hold it when I go to bed. I hold them, and I wake up in the morning. I'm still holding them. So it's a peaceful energy, and it's a woman's stone. Actually, it tempers aggression. And if you have an irrational way of looking at things because you're tired, or you're cranky, or you're ready to snap, this is your crystal. It brings you back into balance, but in a very peaceful, soothing way. It brings about harmony. I love that word. It's my favorite. I was asked, what is it that you want? If you could have anything. And I said, harmony. If I had harmony, everything would be good. It's called the stone of truth. And it helps you discover your own truth and your own integrity. And again, it's not about judging. This does it without judging you, without being confrontational to other people. It helps you live your life in the alignment that is best for you, right? I'm not here to beat it into your head. If you're not interested in this, you can just flip to another channel. But there's a lot of people that are. So it helps you, freely express your thoughts, your feelings. but set strong boundaries. This is why I needed it, because I'm way too empathic and I'm too friendly, and I allow people in until it's too late, right? So it's about defining your own personal space in a way that's, you know, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. Or no, you've come far enough, please don't. Whatever it is, I'm not doing this. I've made my choice. I've made my decision. It helps rejuvenate your heart and your throat chakra. So it enhances loving communication, which is beautiful on every level. It balances, because it's a balancing, and it's kind of like the yin yang, where it balances your masculine and feminine energy. It also brings all of the areas of your personality kind of more into balance. I've got water, fire, and air, right? I must have earth somewhere, but it balances it all so that your fire doesn't go out of control and your water doesn't get out of control and you don't become too cold with the air, right? So it's a beautiful balancing. I love that it's a feminine energy. We all have feminine energy within us. Maybe you are a super sensitive male. And so you would become, remember what I said, if you were hurt when you were young, spoken abusively, abusive things happened to you, and then you formed a very tough exterior, aggressive exterior. This would balance away that. It would help that. It feels good too in my hands. So communication with your throat and your third eye or your heart, speaking from your heart, right? Think about it. Your heart and your throat would be speaking from your heart, your true thoughts, your true feelings. You're not going to lose it. You're not going to be angry. You're not going to be over emotional. You're balancing. You're able to balance. See both sides maybe of a situation so that you can come to a compromise, which is always the win-win, right? It's not all your way. It's not all my way. So there's got to be a way that you can either agree to disagree or come to a balance, right? It helps you overcome loneliness. It helps marriages become obviously more balanced, right? It also is one of the crystals that helps with what is it called? I can't think of it. The energy, the electromagnetic pollution from all the machinery that I sit in front of a freaking computer and my phone, right? So it helps filter that stress away from it. If you have a very small piece, which I did this. Here's my little piece right here. And look at that. It's like a heart that's been burned, frostbitten around the edge. Put it on the back of your phone. And I had it in my phone case for a long time. It slipped out. So I'm going to put it back in there again. That's what it's actually meant for. What else? Well, I'm a neat freak, right? So I would be annoyed with people that aren't neat. So, like my son was a disaster, which is amazing because he's so neat within himself, but his room was a complete disaster. And what it does is it encourages tidiness in teenagers. And if you want people to help you out more and you're doing it all, since this is a woman's stone, right, that's generally doing the household duties, or even in a workplace, think about that. This helps to persuade others to help more. So, had to bring that up. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap. Look at that. We still did it under an hour. Yay! If anybody would like help with a private reading, I'm your girl. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. If you like the way I teach, please click like, subscribe, and share this if you know of others. Just share it anyway, so others get the benefit of it. I just heard yes. Okay. I asked if we should have an affirmation. And yesterday I went to do an affirmation card and I grabbed something else. So I'm going to do I Can Do It cards. I like these. These are always, this is Louise Hay. So for those who chose the Amazonite, correct for neutrality on all levels, for those who chose, now that's interesting. Remember I said this one's a bully? This is a woman. Interesting. That's not all of them, but maybe, here's another message. Maybe this angelfish feels like this one's a bully. Maybe they feel intimidated by them. They're larger than life, and this one's more in the background, wants to be more quiet, doesn't like that. Or maybe in all reality, there is somebody that's very intimidating or aggressive, and they need to tone it down. They need Amazonite, right? So if that's me, I'm holding on to it. That's interesting. So I release all resistance to money. And I now allow it to flow joyously into my life. Like I said, I probably had a money block, right? Growing up thinking that money didn't matter. My good comes from everywhere and everyone. Yep. Okay. So for those who chose the angelfish, correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Ooh. I meditate on a regular basis and reap benefits from this practice. This is water element. No, air element. I close my eyes, I think positive thoughts, and I breathe goodness in and out. This is good because air element is thinking, right? Overthinking, thinking negative thoughts. So I meditate on a regular basis and reap benefits from this practice, which I think came out in your message. I close my eyes and I think positive thoughts and I breathe goodness in and out. So before you go to sleep at night, what are you thinking about? What are you watching? What are you listening to? It better be something positive, because you're going to go into your dream time, or maybe you aren't. Maybe that's why your head goes around and around and you're not able to sleep, because you're thinking negative thoughts, or somebody connected to you is. So for those who chose the white tiger, I now deserve love, romance, and joy, and all of the good that life has to offer me. I am surrounded by love. All is well. I chose this, and I'm going to say it again. I now deserve love, romance, and joy, and all the good that life has to offer me. I am surrounded by love. All is well. All is well and getting better. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the new beginning, the little bluebird of happiness. Correct for neutrality. Uh-oh. I said bluebird, which means, are we going to see? Hold on. Maybe I can do a real quick one. Bird totems. Let's see if I just do it like that. I know that there's one that has a complete guide. Bird animals. No. I know that I have one saved. I don't know where it is, but it's just a quickie. Bird spirit animals. I shouldn't have done this, but you know, now that I've started, I'm going to want to. Where is it? I have it saved. So if you've got it saved, go find it. I don't know how to, I'm not really. Oh, it's right there. Animal Totems Dictionary. Okay. Bring it up. Okay. Let's see if it's in here. No. Have you guys noticed that they changed the, if you don't go straight to Google, there's something that's changed, and it goes to this ask, and then it never goes to where you're supposed to go. It's so annoying. When they should just leave things as they are. Well, I mean, we all know they're called the bluebird of happiness for a reason. So they bring happiness into your life. They'll help you be aware of the beauty that's around you, help you pick out the, what are the things that you need to look for it, to look for the joy in life, look for the happiness in life, kind of like the hummingbird, right? It helps you if you want to be more carefree and more childlike. Like it. Oh, wow, this came out for the bluebird people, too. I am surrounded by love. All is well. I now deserve love, romance, and joy, and all the good that life has to offer me. Water element. Water and fire element both got that same message. Should we ask for another? No. Okay, that's it. All right, you guys. I'll wrap this up, and I'll get it off to you. Love you.